Good afternoon. This is Brian Shannon from Alpha Trends Blogspot. It is Wednesday, the 15th of November, 2006, and I've got the 10-minute chart of the semiconductor holders up on the screen right now. Conductors did add to their gains from yesterday after that very powerful breakout past the 34.45 level that we were watching. And looks like I've got the wrong kind of trend line in there. Looks like I had it set to VWAP. But here we see that breakout on the short-term time frame where it rallied from yesterday. That prior resistance became support, and now the market continues to make these higher highs and higher lows for now. So the semiconductors, as we saw in the 60-minute time frame, we were looking for a target and still continue to look for a target up near $36.15. That would be the height of this inverted head and shoulders pattern from the neckline to the top of the head, or bottom of the head here since we're upside down, added to the breakout point, measures out to 36.15. Now, 36.15 would put us at new highs for the last few months at least, but this high right here is 35.95. So it's possible we could run right through that up to that 35.15 level. But if you're involved in this trade for now, it's just a short-term trade that I was suggesting. So I would say, raise your stop at this point to somewhere near $35. And we've got options expiration on Friday, so anything can happen. I wouldn't be surprised to see this market within a dime of the 35 level. So if you want to, scale out of some of those profits, that's not a bad idea either. But great action in the semiconductors. Continue to follow through on that upside. Not quite as powerful as today as it was yesterday, but still nice upside. The spiders, SPY, made another higher high. They broke past that 139 level yesterday and continue to see more action, upside action in there. We had also been looking at an inverted head and shoulders here on the 10-minute time frame. I don't look for these patterns necessarily, but when I see them, I like to look at what the implications of that pattern are. And as we had suggested yesterday, it gave us an upward target of $140.40. Now, today's highs in the SPY, let's take a look there. That high today was 140.45. Now, is that because everyone was selling their positions because of this inverted head and shoulders on a 10-minute time frame? I highly doubt that, but it does give us an idea of where we might want to start to take profits if you were participating in that upside breakout trade. So the action is still strong in here. Just because it hit this short-term target doesn't mean it's going to reverse by any means, but it does mean that perhaps you should have locked in some profits near that area after it did attain its short-term profit objective. Looking at the longer-term time frames, obviously just this market continues to act very strong. We can go back 90 weeks and get a little bit better handle on where we are. Maybe we're headed up towards these lows in here, which are about 142, 143 in that area. So still looks like a healthy uptrend. No reason to try and fade this by any means because you're going to continue to get run over, it appears. Nasdaq 100 also is getting further extended to the upside. Further into the new high territory for this year. On the monthly time frame, you can see where we are here. We've broken past multiple year highs in this area. And again, perhaps heading up towards that 45 to 46 level, as I pointed out yesterday. On the 10-minute time frame for the Qs, we can see just a real nice, healthy uptrend here. No reason to think that that it's going to slow down at all. There's a little bit of support maybe near 44.05 that if that's broken down, maybe we're going to get a slight pullback, but I wouldn't see more than a 30-cent pullback from there. And only the most aggressive traders who trade off 1-minute time frames would, be tempted, I think, to look at that as a potential short sale opportunity. MidCaps, they broke out yesterday and continue to add to their gains as well. This group continues to be very bullish here. And again, looks like it's heading up towards the year highs, up near 149.60 is the high, I guess, intraday. So I think looking at 150 is not at all unreasonable for these mid caps. So continues to be just great bullish action in the markets overall. The 10-minute time frame, it's broke past that 145 level and continued to add to its gains in there. Let's take a look at the stocks we've been recently and looking at last night. We've been involved in this Ladenburg Thalman, symbol LTS, for about a week. We got in at $1.36. We've been raising our stop. We had at a break even. So we got stopped out of Ladenburg Thalman LTS at a break even today. So the risk there was just time. Ballard Power, symbol BLDP, we got involved in at $7.40, and our stop had been at 7.33. I think you can raise your stop to 7.48, let's call it. And still looks like it's heading higher. We might have expiration pinning action near that 7.5 level, so don't put your stop anywhere below that level. But let's take a look at Google now. Google, I had suggested that it needed to clear $482 a share 2 days ago for it to be a purchase candidate. It cleared that 482 yesterday, and our target was 500. It hit 499.85 today. I'm going to say the target was obtained. If you're still involved in this, I would say there's no reason to be from a short-term trader standpoint. The fact that it broke down and made lower lows. Let's look at a 2-minute time frame of Google and show you what I mean. We see these nice series of higher highs and higher lows from yesterday. And then today it gapped up, made this higher highs, these higher highs, and higher lows. And then I think it probably should have been stopped out right around in this area. And that's where you saw that big sell-off occur too. So hey, I think a lot of people probably had their stops underneath the higher low, and that's why you had such a quick sell-off from there. But I think worst case, you probably should have been out about 495 in here and saved about 3 points. And so Google, I'm going to say we're not going to continue to follow that one anymore. It rallied 8 points, and yeah, hopefully you got involved in that. Kongzhong, symbol KONG, got involved in this one yesterday at 8:45. Maybe a little bit late to the Asian party here, but the stock still acts good. And I had suggested a stop of $8.63. So we were stopped out of that with an 18-cent gain. I still think Kongzhong has the potential to make it up to this 200-day moving average, so don't take that off your radar quite yet. NPSP, we were involved in at 480 and stopped out at 463 today. The stock fell apart at the end of the day, and a loss there of about 17 cents. This stock just frustrated the heck out of me here for the last couple of weeks. I think I'm about ready to give up on it, which means you probably ought to keep it on your radar because it ought to continue higher. By the way, I'm not going to be in tomorrow or Friday. I will have a video, I think, tonight. Maybe I'll upload it in the morning. I'm not sure. But I'll be at that Las Vegas Online Traders Expo, so if anyone's there, be sure to go to the Realtic room. There's a lot of good speakers there, myself included, at 2 o'clock tomorrow, Las Vegas time, and 2 o'clock on Friday as well. And it's also my birthday, so you can buy me a drink if you want. Akamai, symbol AKAM. I had mentioned this in the Wall Strip video, saying that it looked like it needed to get above $50.40. And it didn't do that, so there should have been no reason to take a trade in here today. Looks like the stock probably has a little bit further consolidation at these levels. Align, ALGN, we were looking for a purchase above $12.95 in Align Technology today. That occurred right about here. And our stop was then going to go at 12.65. So I think that we saw a nice rally in the stock. It pulled back. I'd say raise your stop to $12.78 in this Align. It pulled back in here, so we'll give it a little bit more room just below that 5-day moving average. But we are tightening it up as well. We're raising that stop 13 cents from where we had it at 12.65 today. LTON, this is Linktone, another Asian company. I said we wanted to see it pull back to $6, and let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame. Pull back to $6.20, and it did do that. And then we wanted to buy it above $6.30, so it got above $6.30 as well. I think right now you can raise your stop. Let's just put it below today's low. Let's say $6.13. So the theoretical risk right now is at 17 cents. And our stop, we're only raising it by a penny, but I think that's the proper place to put it for right now. Plexus, symbol PLXS. Here's a stock that it had a big rally yesterday afternoon, and it looked like it was ready to break out, but I didn't want to chase that strength. Instead, I suggested that we wait for a pullback to $25.70. It hit a low of $12 and what was this low in here? 70 cents. Well, how did I know that was going to happen? Well, I've got a class next Friday. I can maybe teach you some of those strategies. And then we wanted to buy the stock above $27.85. $25.85. So the stock should have been purchased right here. Our stop was then going to go at $25.55, way down here. I think it's safe to say that we can raise that stop. Let's put it at break even for now and see if we can raise that up some more over the next couple days. CKSW, I had suggested buying this above 307. That's where it opened. I got involved in it early on. I'm still holding some of this position. Our stop was at 298. I think that you put your stop at about 3 and a dime right now on CKSW.